Ramza once again. This is my 4th shot video. First off, it was raining and kind of windy, and my hair was wet when I left the house, so my hair is having a party right now. I don't know if you can tell. Second, oh my god. I'm a bit miffed. So, you know, everything was going fine. I was having a nice time, just walking along, listening to my music, and got on the Max. It's the train, public transportation. There's like buses, and it's a train. So I was on there. It's going great. I was like one stop away from the stop that I always get off at because it's closest to my house. And so I was like, oh boy, my stop's coming up. I better get ready. So I pulled my hood up and I was like about to stand up to get out of my seat to go stand by the door. And then this guy comes and sits next to me and traps me into the goddamn seat. Because it's like, you know how on regular buses there's like the 2 seats next to each other, and then there's like the seats in front of it, and then there's the aisle on the other side, and it's like... So I was trapped in the goddamn corner, and this guy is sitting next to me, and I'm just like facing forward, and then he's like facing towards the aisle like this, so he doesn't even look at me. He doesn't acknowledge, like, he was sitting down while I was pulling my hood up and like picking up my goddamn umbrella. Like, he should have known that I was about to get off the train. And then, so we get to my stop, and I'm like standing up out of my goddamn seat, and I tap him on the shoulder, and I'm like, excuse me, sir, and he does nothing. He does nothing. I do it like 3 times, and he doesn't move until this other guy fucking taps him on the shoulder, and he was like, they have to get off the train, or whatever. And then, so I finally get off, or no, I get out of the goddamn seat, and then the fucking door closes, and the train goes away from the stops that I was supposed to get off at. And then I had to get off at the next stop, which wouldn't be that much if I were on a bus, but on the Max, it is. It is! So I get off at that stop, and at that point, I'm like, oh my god. I'm so... So I just walked home from there, and it was wet and angry. But I'm still like, I hope he knows. I hope he feels how filled with rage that I am. I hope he knows. I want him to have like tiny bits of bad luck today. You know, like his shoelaces come untied and he like steps in a puddle and his shoelaces get all soaking. Or like he steps in a puddle of water and it gets into his socks. That kind of stuff. I want him to like drop his fork on the ground when he's got like food on it, or like if he has soup, I want him to drop his entire spoon into the soup. I hope he suffers, but in small ways. I hate that guy. I hate him. Okay. On to actual things. So I got my shot. That was fun. I was a bit bleedy today. The lady did the shot, and then I looked down while she was putting on the band-aid, and it was just everywhere. That was weird. That doesn't usually happen. But, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's... changes. More acne. That's fun. You can kind of see some. It's great. I love it. I don't know if this is me just being, like, overthinking it or what, but my voice has kind of been cracking sometimes. When I go up a little higher when I say things, sometimes, not all the time. That might just be me overthinking it, but I don't know. Because I've been on hormone blockers for over a year, like estrogen blockers, so I'm not sure if it's just like speeding along the process, because normally, from what I've heard, the voice changing doesn't start for a while past this, so who knows, honestly. So I don't know if that's making things go faster or not. I don't know, I had something I was going to talk about today, like specifically, but then that goddamn guy on the train pissed me off and I forgot. I didn't mean to talk about him for so long. Let's see. How about this? Here's a little relatable hormone therapy feel when you go to the no, first when you like call in and you're like, hey, can I come in to get my fucking testosterone shot tomorrow? And they're like, sure. Or no, depending on what day it is, which happened to me once. I was like, can I come in tomorrow to get my testosterone shot? And they were like, it's January 1st. I was just sitting there like, oh. See, I don't have a sense of time. And I had completely forgotten already, even though I went to a New Year's party that night with my dad and his friends. So I had already forgotten that, and I was like, oh yay, testosterone tomorrow. No. And then I ended up waiting another week. That's why my second shot took so long. But the feel when you're on the phone and it's like, testosterone or estrogen, depending, and you just have this feeling in your gut that it's like, oh, they're judging me. They're judging me. These cis people know. Or like when you go to check in the day when you go get your shot and you're like, hey, I'm here for a shot at the thing. And then they're like, oh, what's the shot for? And you're just like, testosterone! And you just want to scream because you can feel the judgment. Even if they're not, they're probably not. They'd probably deal with a bunch of stuff. I don't know. Probably get people coming in like, I have an appointment for the doctor to check out my prostate. And then they just have to think about how a doctor's gonna stick their fucking hand up this guy's ass instead of like, you just go in for a shot. Like, that's... I can feel it though. Even if it's not there, I feel it. I feel it everywhere. All around me. There's a little relatable trans feel for you. Since I forgot what I was actually going to talk about. The fear. God, I hate that guy on the fucking train. I hate him. That's all I've really got to talk about today, though. So, I'm gonna go ahead and go. See ya.